Sup everyone, this is Casual Talk here. Um, Eating out today is becoming a luxury. Recently, I just went to McDonald's and what I seen when it came down to prices, it's insane. I got this receipt right here. One double cheeseburger, $4.49. Double cheeseburgers, I believe, used to cost like a 2 and change, and back then it was also on the dollar menu where you could get a deal where you think you could get like 2 cheeseburgers or a double cheeseburger with fries. Small fries, no longer a dollar and change, $2.29. So one double cheeseburger, one small fries so far is about 6 and change before taxes. Small Sprite, $1.99. You get like a small can of Sprite or a bottle of Sprite for $1 somewhere else. One apple pie, $1.79. Back then, growing up, I'm in my early 30s right now. I'm 31 years old. 2 apple pies was about $1 and change when I was like 10 years old. And now the apple pies are made smaller and you can only get one for the cost for about $1.79, about to reach $2. That's almost $2. This whole meal, which didn't fill me up for long, cost me a total of $11.52. $11.52. That is insane. I'm going to make a video in the future about how inflation is a good thing, because in this situation, all those couples and those people who are shacking up, living together, not married, those numbers are going to dwindle after a while, where they're going to have a wake-up call to where eating out, always getting those Uber Eats, DoorDash all the time, DoorDashing, doing Uber Eats or Grubhub every now and then, that's going to start to become a luxury, because it's going to start to cripple some of their pockets. This same amount of money, the $11.52, I could have used that to go to the supermarket, buy a few stuff, and make my own meal. There's cheap alternatives that are very healthy, and it could save you a lot more money in your pocket, because the price of that $11.52 could go a long way for 3 to 4 days worth of a meal or lunch for myself to take with me to go to work. Isn't that something? Eating out today, it's becoming a luxury, and sooner or later in the future, a few years from now, this is going to also hurt the restaurants. But a lot of people, sadly but surely, is not going to care. Unless if it hits them really hard, depending on the cost of living, how much you make. Working a minimum wage job cannot sustain something like this for that long. This is why I'm all for people learning how to cook, learning how to prep food, take care of themselves, financially be set, financially be healthy, having good credit, like all the above. I'm all for improving and being wise with how you're spending your money. And I don't feel bad for people that are complaining. There's videos that I've heard from on YouTube of people having the nerve not realizing how they have this child like mentality, this man-child, woman-child syndrome, where it's like they gotta bump the wages up. Either they bump the wages up and bring all the inflation down. That's not gonna happen. It's either you get yourself together, find a better paying job, or change your lifestyle. It's called sacrifice. Do you know there's up to 70 to 80% of Americans who does not even have more than $1,000 in their savings? Just do your research. This is about 70 to 80%. I've covered this before. It's very, very, very scary that there's so many people out there that are so oblivious and they do not care. And America is known for having high food, corn toast syrup, all these chemicals in your food. You are what you eat. I'm 5'8". I weigh around 150 pounds. And I'm in better shape than a lot of other people. And your weight and your height, your structure, your build doesn't mean everything. Because there's a lot of people that are skinny like my size. You think they're healthy with how the way they look, but they're not healthy. They don't work out. They don't eat right. So that's a double whammy. I knew a case of a guy who was like 21, 22 years old, in his early 20s. A few years ago when I was back in Brooklyn, New York, I heard he had a heart attack. He used to work not too far from where I was at, because I was working at an eye clinic at the time in Brooklyn, New York. The guy didn't work too far from me at the time, and I heard from a customer, a patient that I was taking care of at the time when I was in the eye clinic. He brought this up. Like, wow, the guy was like 20-something years old. I didn't expect him to get a heart attack. He looked healthy. That's what the average person would think. The average person is the majority. But a person with logic and common sense and a brain, what was he eating? What was his lifestyle? Was he a drinker? Was he a heavy smoker? All this food consumptions. The prices are raised on cigarettes. The prices are raised on liquor. All these things that are no good for you. Even in the Bible, it speaks to not have the love for things of the world. Your body is a temple of God. So treat it right. Don't treat it like garbage. There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. And for all the people that believes in, the body positivity movement, this should be a wake-up call to push people to actually do better financially. So yes, I don't feel bad for people's pockets getting crippled. This motivates me to want to save my money more, eat out less, and be interested in cooking more. This motivates me because eating out should now just be a luxury. It shouldn't be something you spend your money on every single day. You know how many lazy people are out there that are so lazy to cook? If you don't got Bill Gates money, or you're not living like a king where you're making over $500,000, $1 million a year, and best be assured, I'm pretty sure there are millionaires and people who are filthy rich, who has money. They still enjoy cooking for themselves because they actually are taking the time to know what they're putting in their bodies and what they're cooking. They actually know what's going inside their bodies. They actually know what's going into their food because they're consuming it. And it feels good to be healthy and fit. It feels good to have more money in your pocket. It feels good to save and spend right and spend wisely. But the average person, all these young people today, their early teens, they don't care. They don't care until it hurts their pockets. It's not worth living a lifestyle, being in so much debt, just to hurt yourself financially in the future. I'm all for financial health. I'm all for saving. I'm all for doing better and saving for a rainy day, because you never know. You just don't know. That receipt that I showed you, that should be a wake-up call for people to just wake up, smell the coffee, and make better decisions with if they're going to decide to eat out often or not. Because eating out is going to become a luxury in the future. I guarantee you. You can't afford to eat out like that? Save your money up. Go to the grocery store. Do what you have to do. It's called sacrifice and growing up and being responsible. Nobody's not going to care in the end of the day. It's called growing up and being responsible and being an adult. Welcome to reality. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.